Back with us on the horse racing SportsMax zone because fans in Jamaica enjoyed a feast of action on the weekend two-day race carnival which saw 21 races. Saturday's 11 race schedule was highlighted by the 1,000 Guineas for fillies, the first classic of the season. It was billed as a two-horse race between Gary Zabrati's Another Affair and Anthony Nunes's Above and Beyond. It turns out the Nunes horse was in another league.
The 46th running of the 1,000 Guineas. Attorney General and Shiboom came out behind horses. Above and Beyond got a good start racing wide with Another Affair. Another prosecutor is also vying for that early lead. Sensational Satin racing right on their heels. Basilicus is in between horses, overtaken by Shiboom in the orange sleeves. Glock races up next. Fantastic Feeling is racing in between runners. Attorney General runs the rails. Speechless kept off the fractions. Versatile Vision slotted in between them. Then Suasion and Sen City. That's the order in the Guineas field as they leave the 5 and run now toward the final half mile. About to leave that back stretch, and Above and Beyond kept off the rail shows narrowly. Another Affair, the main danger it seems, is right there, and this now turning into a two-horse race as they leave the half-mile marker in the Guineas. They're followed up by another prosecutor. Basilicus is ridden and now moving down into 4, some 7 or 8 lengths off that lead. Tracked by Shiboom. Speechless now asked to make a run with Suasion. Sensational Satin is hidden from view. Versatile Vision overtaking with Fantastic Feeling. Glock runs the rail. Then Attorney General and Sen City making a place or two as the leaders turn for home in the 1,000 Guineas. And Above and Beyond, the huge filly has now taken charge. Another Affair fighting down against the rail to get to the big filly as they run to the furlong pole. But it's Above and Beyond and Dane Nelson. They have it covered at the moment. Another Affair running best of the rest in second. Further back to another prosecutor, Glock and all the rest, but it is Above and Beyond, away from them in the Guineas. Above and Beyond, 2 strong wins by 6. Another Affair is second. It's a photo between Sen City and Glock, and in behind them, Speechless.
Yep, so Above and Beyond, Lance, Mariah, we gave you that one on the weekend.
And I didn't bet.
Yeah, well, I told you wouldn't have gotten much return on it.
But if I had a lot of money on it,
you'd have gotten a lot of money back.
Yeah, well, you know what? Lance and George, correct me though if I'm wrong. The rider looked very relaxed though, and the horse, as if, you know, it wasn't in a rush.
Yeah,
but
it was a simple task.
Won.
It was a comfortable win.
Yeah, confident. Dane Nelson is a very solid jockey. He's one of the best riders at Caymanas Park. Many people think the best currently at Caymanas Park, and he doesn't make mistakes. He was good.
Yep. To Sunday now on the 10-race car that climaxed with the 2,000 Guineas, the Gary Zabrati trained and Michael Bernard owned Wow Wow was set for a blockbuster clash with trainer Ian Prasard's Mahogany. Mahogany, ridden by young Dean Dawkins, left the gates like a bullet, playing a game of catch me if you can with Wow Wow and his jockey, Robert Hardball Hallideen.
1 mile to race. They're off for the 2,000 Guineas 2020. 10-10 and Old Wharf come away at the back. Mahogany break swinging. Nipster moving up to tackle already as they head toward the 7. Rum With Me is also chasing closer. Wow Wow just off those fractions. High Diplomacy on the outside. Green Gold Rush is further back. Double Crown in between horses. KD Rocket now beginning to drop back a bit. Royal Approach races ahead of Tomahawk. A break back to Old Wharf and Den trails. Down the back stretch they charge. They make their way toward the 5, and Mahogany has made his intentions known. He's slipped away by some 6 lengths. Being chased by Nipster in the black cap. Wow Wow now asked to get closer. Double Crown toward the outside of Rum With Me. Green Gold Rush races next. Further back to High Diplomacy as they swing past the half mile. Tomahawk now asked to make ground with Old Wharf. Royal Approach is fading. KD Rocket has never been in it, nor Den who trails. They leave the 3/8 pole in the Guineas, and Mahogany, the tearaway leader, now begins to come back as Wow Wow eats into the lead with 5/16 to run. It is Mahogany on that lead. Here is Wow Wow now asked to challenge. They're into the lane. A quarter of a mile to run in the 46th running of the 2,000 Guineas, and Mahogany is brave and bold, but Wow Wow now beginning to wear him down on the outside. Mahogany gives way. Wow Wow grabs a hold of him and now hits the front with a furlong to run. It is Wow Wow Hallideen wailing away with the left-hand stick, a 16th to run. Wow Wow, he's only lost once in his entire career and he won't lose this afternoon. Wow Wow Wow-tastic in the end, wins it over Mahogany, Double Crown, Tomahawk and Nipster by 3.5. That's it from me this afternoon. Stand by.
Yeah, Lance, wow. 1 minute 37 under 3, the fastest time at least in the last 11 years for the 2,000 Guineas.
Well, I checked back, it's the fastest in 25 years, because the last time a horse went faster than that would have been 1995. Mr. Sensational, Joe Buchanan riding for Wayne DaCosta, and Derek Smith. I think
yes,
Derek Smith was the owner of that horse,
sure.
Mr. Sensational. Very, very impressive time by Wow. Very impressive performance, because the way he went in search to reel in Mahogany, who had set blistering splits of 23-1, 45 by 109 and 4/5. Breakneck speed that was, and Wow showed a lot of character to reel Mahogany in early in the home stretch.
Lance, the owner of the horse, Michael Bernard, in his post-race match interview with you, he said that this horse nyams everything in the stable, and just like that, he was able to nyam all the horses that were in front of him. Do you think patience was a key factor in this race? Because I know also in your interview with the rider, Robert Halladine, he was telling you that, you know, he saw Mahogany take off, but he knew at some point in the race the jockey was going to get tired and would slow down, and that would be his advantage.
A question before I answer though, what's nyam?
Eat. You all tell me that I
Okay,
nyam all day at the office.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure that you understand the vernacular.
I've been living in Jamaica for how long?
Over a year.
Good.
Well, both rider and owner and trainer hugely confident in Wow's capabilities, and Ger Sabrati, the trainer, had told us earlier on in the week that this horse doesn't have 5 gears, it has 7 gears. And then you heard Halladine in the post-race interview say, well, Halladine has 2 more gears, so the horse has 9.
Yeah.
A lot of discussion at the end of the race yesterday, though, about the performance of Dane Dawkins in the saddle for Mahogany. A lot of people felt he allowed the horse to run too fast, too early, and then the horse was completely spent when Wow came to test him. Now, it's easy to say that, you know, now that the race is over and so on, and the general feeling is that Wow may have won regardless of how Mahogany was ridden. But I think it's reasonable to think that if Dawkins had saved Mahogany a little bit more in the early part of the race, Wow would have had more trouble passing him in the home stretch. But it was a very, very outstanding performance by Wow. And I think even from the Mahogany standpoint, Mahogany's backers, and from my investigations, part of the owners group felt that Dawkins didn't do as well as they expected him to in the saddle for Mahogany. What do you think about that, George?
Oh yeah, but before, I said it on this program last week that my only reservation about Mahogany's chances was the young Dane Dawkins, and whether he would be able to do the job and whether he'd be able to rise to the occasion. I don't think he got his fractions right. Well, not stronger than that. He did not get his fractions right, especially the half mile. If you come the half mile 45 seconds flat in a mile contest, you're going to be walking up the lane. Credit to Mahogany, so well prepared and such a good horse. He still was galloping out, striding out in the finish, but by that time he had used up all his petrol, and Wawa was clicking through the gears, so he really couldn't land a blow. So I think the young man got the fractions wrong, went too fast, too early, didn't give his horse a sufficient breather down the back stretch. So when he was tackled at the top of the lane, he really was staying on rather than going up through the gears as Wawa did when Halladine swooped.
Yeah. Quick question before you go, George. I know Omar Walker was interested in the ride aboard Mahogany. He's a 6-time champion jockey. Do you think that if Walker was aboard Mahogany, the result would have been different?
No. Wawa, whichever way that race was run, Wawa would have won. If they ran sideways or backways, Wawa would have won because he's just a better horse. But I'm saying Mahogany would have been closer, and it would have been what we expected, a stride-for-stride battle, at least for a portion of the stretch run, rather than Wawa running by Mahogany and going on to win. Break time. Back with Interactive.